You want to hear a quick story time about tour and my voice? Yes? Okay. So quick story time. Justin reminded me of this. I kind of blocked it out my memory a little bit. So I did a tour. Most of you guys know this. I did a tour and that involved lots of performing, which means lots of projecting my voice. I did meet and greets where actually more harsh on my voice because I was talking not like this, but like in my normal voice. So it's more droney, using my lower end of my frequency if you want to get real nerdy about it. And then in between, I was recording videos, but I was still uploading daily. I was using my voice a lot, and then I was uploading daily. So I was trying to, I recorded maybe 10 to 14 videos in one day. Don't do that. That's dumb. And I wasn't doing vocal warm-ups. I wasn't really looking after my voice at all. And one day after I'd done a long recording session, I woke up and my voice was gone. So I did 14 videos in one day and my voice was gone the next day. So if I went like up like that, I had no top. So it was just like and then it would just disappear. So that happened. And then for my tour, I always went back to New York because Justin lives there and New York's my favorite place in the world. It was the US tour. So I had none of my top range left. I had to be on vocal rest. So I couldn't talk for like 2 days. Or it was supposed to be longer than that, but 2 days, it's hard to not talk for that long. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked. I didn't talk for 2 days and then I had a show. And then when I was at the show, my voice was so bad. Like I still did it, but I said a line and then no one responded in the whole audience. Then no one responded because no voice came out. So my voice was messed up. And still now, like you had the voice crack yesterday, my voice cracks all over the place. And that's because of overuse. Anyway, I went to the doctors about it. In the US, so we had to do all that kind of kerfuffle. In the UK, you just turn up to a doctor's appointment. In the US, it's much more complicated, especially if you don't live there. But he looked at my throat. He said, it's fine. You've just burnt out your vocal cords, so you just need to rest. But we had an on-call doctor come to the show that I was just about to do because like the head of the tour didn't know that my voice was gone and he was panicking a little bit. So a doctor comes up and he's like, yeah, I could just in case it's like an infection or something other than just burning out your vocal cords, I can give you a steroid injection, which is very common for treating infections. You don't go on steroids for a long portion of time. You just have them temporarily. So, so I said, yeah, sure. If it helps my voice, then great. This is 10 minutes before the show, by the way. And then he gets out this syringe and he's like, I need to. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a syringe, whatever. I hate injections. He'll put it in my arm. And he was like, I need to put it in your butt cheek. No joke. It had to go in my butt cheek, right? So had to do the do, you know? I had to turn around, pull my butt cheek out. And this was very uncalled for. I'm standing up because I'm having like weird flashbacks. 10 minutes before a show, right? I had to get my butt cheek out. And then he says, oh, you're small, aren't you? Why would you say that? He said I had a small butt. He said I had a small butt. And, and then stabbed me with the steroid. It was fine. Your butt's a big muscle. It didn't hurt that much. And then after saying that, he said, oh, by the way, when is your show? And I said, in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And he was like, oh, like his face changed, right? His face changed. He was like, oh, because your leg's going to go dead for like 30 minutes to an hour. You may feel just like your butt and your leg will go numb. And I was like, what do you mean? Obviously, I didn't shout that at his face. I was like, oh, well, nothing's going to change because it's already, the stuff's already in my system. And if you imagine like a theater, so I don't even know how do I even describe it? So let me go to my big camera quick. So imagine this is a stage, right? This is a stage. No, this is a theater. This is where all the seats are. Stage is up here. At the beginning of my show, I had to run from the back of the stage, from the back of the theater to the front of the stage. 10 minutes. And he said, your butt's gonna be dead and your leg is gonna be dead for the next hour. 30 minutes to an hour. I run down and I'm like limping. It's so weird. Like no one could tell, But it was just, I never shared that story. I obviously blocked it out of my mind. But yeah, that happened. That happened. I blocked it out of my memory, and then Justin reminded me because he was at that show. It was in Detroit. If you went to the Detroit show, I had a dead butt. That's it.
What's this bum story about?
Oh God. I get my butt cheek out, just the one, and then he said, "You're small, aren't you?" There was no need. There was no need at all.
Wait. He was talking about your bum, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was there. Not. Yeah. He was at the back of me. We've gone over this, chat. Come on.